Morning students, welcome to offline classes for 10th standard. In previous part 9, we have discussed about how transportation takes place in both human beings and plants. We have discussed in detail. In part 10, we are going to discuss about last topic of the chapter, that is called excretion. Okay, we'll discuss what is excretion. We'll see the excretion. So what is excretion? The biological process involved in the removal of these harmful metabolic wastes from the body is called excretion. Means removal of waste, metabolic waste which is generated in the body has to be eliminated. The elimination of these wastes is called what? Excretion. Here and how it is takes place in unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms remove wastes by the simple diffusion from the body surface into the surrounding water. Here unicellular organisms, already know that the organisms which are made up of only one cell, and they are called as unicellular organisms. So in those organisms, excretion takes place by the simple process called diffusion. So already you know that what is diffusion. Diffusion means the movement of molecules from higher concentration to the lower concentration, that is called diffusion. So through this process, the unicellular organism, they excrete the wastes from their body. But when it is compared to the complex organisms or higher organisms, it is takes place. The diffusion is not enough to eliminate the waste, metabolic wastes from their body. There is a system is needed to excrete that. So let us discuss now how but before this, how excretion takes place in human beings. Before that, we should come to know that why is there a need for excretory system in multicellular organisms. I already told you. See here, in unicellular organisms, the excretion takes place through by simple process called diffusion. But why this diffusion is not enough in multicellular organisms? So they need a kind of a system for excreting of water, the waste which is generated in their body. Why it is important? So when chemical reactions use the carbon dioxide or carbon source and the oxygen for energy generation, they create byproducts that are not only useless for the cells of the body but also be harmful. These waste byproducts are therefore needed to be removed from the body and discarded outside. Hence, there is a need for excretory system. The statement will give us what? There is a lot of the wastes which generates in our body. So during the many process like excretion and during respiration also there is a waste will generate. So during respiration there is a lot of the waste will get generate. In the same way, and even the oxygen is also utilized for the respiration purpose. During this process, a lot of waste will get generated. Those wastes which generate in the body has to be removed from the body, and those wastes which is generate or the byproduct which is generate during that process, those products which are not useful for the any cells in the body, and moreover they are very dangerous and they are poisonous. If they stay in our body, it harmful to our cells and it will create some bad things in the body. It has to be eliminated from the body, and eliminating of these wastes or these products from the body, it is simple diffusion is not enough. So there is a need of what? Excretory system is essential to remove these wastes from the body. So let us discuss next about human excretory system. How human excretory system is explained. How the waste will removed from the body. What are all how the excretory system is there in our human beings. Let us discuss now. the excretory system of human beings includes the pair of kidneys. So these are the kidneys, 1, 2. There are pair of kidneys and which are bean shaped, and a pair of ureters. So these are the ureters and a urinary bladder. This is called urinary bladder and this is called a urethra. This is what the human excretory system. The human excretory system contains what? 2 kidneys and 2 ureters. It is one ureter which comes from one kidney, another one comes from another kidney, and urinary bladder and one more urethra. So this is what the human excretory system. So let us discuss next about the waste is secreted by the kidneys. What kind of waste is secreted by the kidneys? So nitrogenous wastes such as urea or uric acid are removed from the blood in the kidneys. So here the kidneys which eliminates the major important the wastes called nitrogenous wastes, that is urea or uric acid. So these urea or uric acid from the blood it is removed in the kidneys, and here to remove that the blood is getting filtered, the blood is getting filtered in the kidneys. So there is one important structure is plays very important role in the filtration of water, the blood, that is called nephron. So nephron plays very important role here for the filtration of blood. After filtration, the filtrate which get removed from the kidney, that is called nothing but water nitrogenous wastes, that is urea or uric acid, and it is removed in the form of water urine. Okay, so here the large number of filtration units packed close together is called a nephron, and nephron is also called a structural and functional unit of excretory system. Okay, and these plays very important role in the filtration of blood. So here we see how the nephron it is. What is the structure of nephron? We'll see the structure of nephron. This is the structure of nephron. This diagram is very important for exam point of view. You need to practice more and more, and many times they ask an examination for 4 marks. You have to practice more this diagram. It is for 4 marks. So what is this, how the structure of this nephron, let us see. Nephron are the basic filtering units of kidneys. Each kidney possesses large number of nephrons. The main components of nephrons are glomerulus, Bowman's capsule and a long renal tubule. So here you just see this is called Bowman's capsule, and inside it contains what a smaller unit is called the glomerulus, and this is called the tube-like structure, and this is called a collecting duct. Okay, these are the different the structures are involved in the nephron. So let us discuss how the blood is getting filtered in the nephron. See, yeah. First one, it is the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is what, how it is. It looks like a cup-like structure. It's a cup-like structure. Cup-like sac at the beginning of the tubular component of a nephron in the human kidney. It is very beginning. It is the beginning of the nephron, and where the blood enters first. Then this Bowman's capsule contain what, a lot of smaller units. They are called glomerulus. So here glomerulus, what happens, the process in which the filtration of substances like glucose, amino acids, salts and water from the blood takes place when the blood flows at the high pressure into the Bowman's capsule is called glomerular filtration. Here what happens, when blood enters into the Bowman's capsule, in Bowman's capsule they contain smaller units, they are called glomerulus. In glomerulus, the major substances like glucose, amino acids, salts and water get filtration takes place by these substances. So these substances get filtered in the glomerulus. So glomerulus which are present in the Bowman's capsule. So when blood enters into the Bowman's capsule, the glomerulus which are filters these substances like glucose, amino acids, salts and water. Next what happens? The process in which useful and essential constituents like water, glucose, amino acids and salts from the glomerular filtration are reabsorbed back into the blood is called selective factors on which this is what happens. So selective reabsorption. So there are three different stages takes place in the filtration of blood which takes place. First one is the glomerular filtration. After filtration, what happens? It is selective reabsorption takes place. What is selective reabsorption? Here, when blood enters in the Bowman's capsule, in Bowman's capsule, the glomerulus which filters the blood and which filters the major substances like water, glucose, amino acids, salts and water. After this, it enters into the tubular structures. Tubular structures called a convoluting tubule, what we call. So once it enters in the convoluting tubule, there what happens? Again, these substances again they get reabsorbed by these tubes, and this process what we call selective reabsorption. Why? Because there are when the urine passes into the tubes, there are a lot of unwanted substances that also get entered into the tube. But here in those tubes, only they select these substances called water, glucose, amino acids and salts. Again they get reabsorbed. So that they select only important substances from the filtration, from the filtrate. So that this process what we call selective reabsorption. And this selective reabsorption depends upon two factors majorly, that is the amount of excess of water in the body. It depends upon what? Amount of excess of water in the body. How much water is present in the body. Then according to that, reabsorption takes place. And second one, the amount of dissolved wastes need to be excreted out. So here, the amount of dissolved wastes, how much amount of the wastes are dissolved in the filtrate need to be excreted. If it's more, it has to be excreted from the body. So on these two factors, it depends upon what the selective reabsorption. We go for next topic, that is what the finally, what happens? The urine is stored in the urinary bladder. Finally, after all this process, finally what happens? The urine comes and stored in the bottom of the excretory system, which is called a urinary bladder, until the pressure of the expanded bladder leads to the urge to pass it out through the urethra. And once all the filtration takes place, then finally what happens? The waste or the urine which stores in the some while in the urinary bladder, and finally it excretes through the structure called a urethra. So like this, the process of excretion takes place in human beings. And this comes to the end of the chapter called life processes. Okay, in next classes we will discuss about another important chapter from the science.